a few quick updates for me. First and foremost, is that time of year when the council publishes its 5-year housing land supply. We have just published ours. The new year started conveniently on the 1st of April. No, it wasn't an April Fool's joke. The position went up from 5.4 years to 6.1 years. I think the last time it was properly challenged on appeal was January 2020. So the position of 5.4 years wasn't challenged on appeal. But obviously that position can always be challenged on appeal, but it's over 6 years. It does give some kind of certainty as to the planned growth rather than expecting what we call windfall developments or developments that are not part of the allocations within the local plan. Obviously, phase 1 and phase 2 are part of that supply, and so that shows why we do this or why we have allocated sites. And obviously, phase 3, if approved, obviously will form a small part of that supply, which will then grow in importance over time. If you want to go to the website to read the full document, it is a bit planning geeky, but if you go onto the planning page, you can either copy and paste that or note down that web address, or you can just go to the planning page, click on local plans, and the monitoring delivery in Greater Cambridge is one of the principal tabs on that screen, and the report is found in there. Current live planning applications that are still live, and so there are a number of kind of discharge conditions applications. We're expecting, as earlier reported, the sports pavilion and those kind of that application to come in shortly. And a couple of other kind of bits and pieces we expect. Obviously, work is now starting in earnest on the local centre and enterprise zone, and obviously that will be a separate planning reserve matters submission. Phase 2A, as Dean just said, is on site and has been approved. We expect in the next couple of weeks the phase 2B, as Dean's also said, and as Dean said, they're very thankful for the efforts the community went into to engage with the proposed scheme. And the final thing that's really on phase 2 that's live at the moment is the pillboxes. There is a scheme in to get the formal listed building consent to get the pillboxes in, as principally as bat roosts and habitat creation. It just again shows that the continuation of the scheme going forward. In terms of phase 3, the applications are still live. I've put the reference numbers there. You can still comment if you have any problems with the website, and I understand there are problems with Repatcher, but that is due to since Brexit, there has been a huge number of cyber or potential cyber attacks and to government organisations, including ours apparently. There is a way around it, so to speak, and that is again detailed on the website if you do get blocked or you do have problems with it. But if you want to email comments, then the email address is there at the top of the screen. Please quote the reference number. That's all we ask if you haven't commented already. And enforcement, I say this every single time, if you have moaning about it on Facebook, doesn't really kind of get our enforcement colleagues looking into it. So if you want to report a breach, then it goes to the planning pages of our website and click report a breach, and that's how we can keep you informed. But one thing to just be mindful of, the government obviously over COVID have extended a number of kind of protocols. There is an expectation that we won't take action on working hours. That is a government up to 9 p.m. And that the councils are proactive or seen as proactive in not taking that enforcement action and getting construction back going. If you want to read more about the government, what the government are doing, that's where the latest update is. As I say, unfortunately, we have no control. That is a national thing. That's it for me. Happy to take any questions.
Thanks, Andrew. So I'm just going to go quickly back before I come to a question in there for you, which was, there was a question that I think was answered in the in text, but it's come back through. So I'm going to ask the community team at South Cambs just to link this together with the person who's asked the question, which was, when will the areas around the Bovis swing be cleared? It's overgrown at the moment. It's the small park next to the Bovis area near the dirt track with the Todger swing. So just to make sure we haven't forgotten that one, but we will come back outside. I'm just mindful of time. So Andrew, there is a question in here, says, will the phase 3 applications take the outcomes of the upcoming hydrology reports by HR Wallingford into account before they're decided?
That is the intention, yeah. We're not rushing it to committee. There's still obviously a number of things going on with regard to the applications, but it's our intention that those reports will be factored into. I don't know what the conclusions are, because obviously it's an independent report. I have no clue as to what's going on it.
Okay, I'm looking on chat, although I can't see the question. There is a question on faith buildings in Northstowe. I don't know if I'm just going to ask John or Claire just to come in, because I can't see that question just for speed, just to pose that one for Andrew, please.
Is it the presence of them? So I know there's a presence of a faith building in phase 1, phase 2, and one proposed again for phase 3. So I know there's land proposed as part of phase 1. That is just to the south of what we call parcel H13. It would be part of the town centre. The faith building is designated in there. And then again, we're working on the provision of a faith building in phase 3A in the local centre.
Lovely, thanks, Andrew. I think that's all the questions. So anything if we've gone through, we will have to come back. I think colleagues are saying there is more questions in Facebook, but I will. I'm going to keep us moving on. If there's anything that I can come back to on the next presentations on, I will do. So just don't go anywhere, Andrew, in case I come back. But